A world without Home Alone just isn't a world worth living in. Home Alone is such a great movie, but you guys already knew that. Festive atmosphere, witty jokes, violence, and cheese pizza. It's perfection. But how on earth could they possibly follow up such a flawless masterpiece? 2 words. Home Alone 2. Oh wait, that's 3 words. Oh, but the bigwigs in Hollywood didn't know when to stop. Despite being unable to get the original cast to return, they still said, hey, let's make a 3rd one. So they grabbed Max Keeble, put him in some flannel, and had him battle 4 North Korean hitmen, of which none were actually from North Korea. It was a mistake. So they went back to the drawing board. It seemed audiences didn't resonate with Max Flannel and the squadron of Korea boos. The people want Kevin McAllister. They want the Wet Bandits, also known as the Sticky Bandits. But they also want a low-budget, straight-to-television train wreck. Ladies and gentlemen, Home Alone 4 was born.
Boo! You stink!
I reviewed this movie a few years back, so you can check that out, and you probably already know how I feel about that one. Spoiler alert. It's hot trash. After Home Alone 4, everyone thought the series was dead. Or rather, killed, resurrected, and then killed again. But for the next 10 years, the writers were hard at work patching together the rotting remains to make one final film. Home Alone 5. Oh wait, they don't use the numbering for this one. This is Home Alone, The Holiday Heist. It's a good title. It really distinguishes this film from the others, since none of the other movies took place during the holidays, nor did they feature any kind of heist. Wait a minute. We begin with a scenic shot of beautiful, wintry Maine, where we see the Baxter family driving to their brand new home. For those of you who don't know, Maine has no highways, so the only way to get places is to drive on these ice-covered dirt roads in the middle of nowhere. Now meet Finn Baxter, our new Home Alone hero. Before we continue, I just want to mention the sudden popularity in the name Finn in recent years. He's Finn, that's Finn, that guy's name is Finn, I think. Why are there so many Finns? Is it because it's quirky and fun to say? I do think our Baxter boy here pulls it off best though, considering he looks like a goldfish.
Finn, press pause for a bit, why don't you, kiddo?
But this is a mega boss battle.
Yeah, can it, Mom? Can't you see him in the middle of a mega boss battle, you idiot?
Guys, I have seen Christmas before, but this is Christmas.
In the frozen tundra of dragons and warriors, there are ice serpents that spew frost venom.
Oh, thanks for that unwarranted gaming trivia, Finn. What else do you got? In the post-apocalyptic wastelands of Fallout, giant mutated beasts will suicide bomb you with handheld nukes.
Finn, no more screen time till we're at the new house. I'm serious.
Yeah, Finn, you better turn that thing off for the last 3 seconds before you pull up into the driveway. The Baxters finally arrive at their new house, and based on their reactions, I'm pretty sure this is their first time ever seeing it. I guess they just didn't want any spoilers before they moved in. Finn is immediately intimidated by its slight creepiness. And by that, I mean it's like a 2 out of 10. But hey, it's got spikes on the roof, and that's scary! Finn's sister Alexis taunts him a little bit by saying the house is haunted. And of course Finn, the human goldfish, believes every single word of it, despite the clear sarcasm in her voice. This realtor lady just jumps out of nowhere, because apparently she had to finish up some stupid housewarming gift or whatever.
Oh, and you must be the wee ones.
That's the wee ones.
Welcome to Maine.
I don't know about you, but something feels sketchy about this lady. Something tells me she's up to no good. I bet she's in cahoots with the burglars and is getting the lay of the land. But no, she literally never appears again in the whole movie. Finn even asks her if the house is haunted, and she says,
Don't be silly. It just has personality.
What does that mean? What is something wrong with the house? Are we all gonna die in our sleep? No, there is nothing wrong with the house at all. This whole scene serves no point other than fueling Finn's childish overreactions for the rest of the movie. So now we get introduced to our main villains. Meet Sinclair, the humorless leader who is the blandest villain of all time. Jessica, the security and surveillance expert who is so painfully unfunny it makes me want to kill myself. Just kidding, suicide is bad and you should seek help if you're having troubled thoughts. And last we have Hughes, the comic relief safecracker who is incompetent at pretty much everything in life except safecracking. And FYI, I had to look up all their names after I watched the movie because that's just how forgettable they are. So they go and meet in a back alley to discuss business, since that's what villains do, and all they want to do is steal some painting from the Baxters' house. Yeah, a painting. Apparently it was painted by the same guy who did the Scream, because LOL, Home Alone face, get it guys? It's not funny. And somehow they just know it's in this house because the guy who owned it like 100 years ago lived there, and so it must still be there after all this time. I see no other possibilities. The painting is also supposedly worth millions of dollars, so why didn't they just buy the house themselves? Or at least break in before the family moved in? And how do they know they need a safecracker if they've never been inside the house before? And why do they keep... Meanwhile at the Baxter house, Mommy Baxter gets an invite to a Christmas party that's on some remote mountains somewhere. And I bet you can see where this is going. The parents are gonna leave the kids home alone because they're not gonna go with them. Speaking of the kids, let's check on them.
I love you, Daddy. You're so annoying. Get out of my room.
Now that's what I call cringe miss. While Alexis is busy with her angst, Finn is doing what he does best. He's playing video games again. That's honestly the most realistic part about this movie so far. We find out he's playing online against someone named Captain Overkill, and Daddy Baxter just can't seem to wrap his head around it.
So are you playing another kid?
He's my friend.
Well, have you ever met this friend, like in real life?
No.
Is that another kid? How is you talk to kid you never meet before? Grok confused.
Dude, have you ever considered making some real friends?
Dad, you know I struggle interacting with kids my age. I get so nervous and I don't know what to say. I'm just afraid they won't like me, or that they'll think I'm a loser. And to be fair, I am a loser. I mean, look at whose genes I had to inherit. Not to mention the fact that I look like a goldfish, and everyone at school calls me dorsal. And it hurts. It really hurts. To be honest, I've sometimes... Oh, pulse grenade! Finn decides to put down the games for a second to help unpack. And apparently video games do fry your brain, because Finn seems to have absolutely no common sense with even the most basic tasks.
Done. Do you want me to do the glasses?
Since putting away the dishes is just a bit too advanced for Finn, he gets tasked with bringing a box down to the basement. And wouldn't you know it, Finn gets scared again. Oh no, a dimly lit room. Finn then sees a random model boat on a shelf, and he's gravitated towards it like a toddler to an electrical outlet. But oh snap, there's a surprise hidden safe behind it, whoa! Then the one light bulb in the room conveniently decides to burn out right then and there, and of course Finn runs away like a scared little guppy. He gets so scared that he decides to go outside for the first time in years and talk to a real kid his age.
So, what do you like to do for fun around here?
Oh, build snowman, make snowballs, go snow sledding, design snow forts.
It's just the Bubba Gump shrimp joke, but with snow. This is Bubba if he were a gay Eskimo. No, he's getting scared again. Snap out of it, Finn. Think happy thoughts. Think about the mega boss battle. There you go, back to playing video games. Have you noticed a trend here? Finn plays video games, gets told to turn it off, gets scared by something completely normal, goes back to playing video games, repeat. If the cycle continues, then that means he should be getting scared any minute now. Place your bets if you think he's gonna get scared in the next scene.
Looking for revenge against anyone.
Oh, and just like that, he's off and running. Mommy and Daddy Baxter tell Goldfish to grow some scales and go back to bed.
You'll both be singing a different tune tomorrow if an evil ghost smothers me in my sleep.
No human being talks like this.
Fine. But if I have to sleep in there all by myself, I'm taking precautions.
And by that, I mean I'm gonna tase the next thing that walks into my room.
We'll just wait until there's no one home, and then we'll strike.
Whoa, things are about to get real. Hey, talk about convenient. The next day the Baxters are going out to do Christmas stuff. But before they go, Finn needs to lay a couple more booby traps for the ghost that he's convinced lives in his house. If the ghost takes a huge dump and needs something to wipe its phantom butthole, then this wrapping paper will be smeared brown when we get back. Okay, so Baxters leave, burglars arrive, and things get stupid. Hughes can't help but be an idiot nonstop.
Get down on the floor! Nobody move! Put the money in the bag! Blow your head off!
And Jessica can't help but wallow in her heartache after breaking up with some past accomplice.
Freshly baked cookies. And I don't care whether they're gingerbread men or chocolate coconut macaroons.
Chocolate-covered coconut macaroons were Steve's favorite.
It's not funny. Also, I want to point out that the security and surveillance expert is only supposed to be looking out a window to make sure no one's coming. And she still screws that up. The Baxters get back and Finn immediately notices the missing cookies that Hughes ate earlier, because I guess he was keeping track.
All this proves is that someone disobeyed me when I said no gingerbread men for breakfast.
Yeah, that's right. One of you fat fricks ate some gingerbread cookies for breakfast, even though that's not true and no one's gonna say anything about it. Alright, let's skip ahead a bit. The day of the Christmas party finally comes and the kids don't want to go. Finn wants to play video games, surprise surprise, and Alexis just doesn't want to go. But unfortunately for Finn, Mommy Baxter takes his game controller and now he can't play! Christmas is ruined! What's a 10-year-old boy supposed to do for fun instead? Cue the antics montage. Cue the obligatory bathroom mirror cringe scene. Epic reference, bro. Finn ends up finding a spare controller, so we're greeted with yet another gaming scene. I think they spent more time animating this fake game than they did with anything else. Finn's controller is low on bats, so he goes to get more and the dweeb knocks him into the basement like a doofus. And get this, the wimp is too scared to go down there on his own, so his sister has to hold his little hand. Okay, Finny Poo Poo, it's okay. I'll go into the darky-walky basement with you. Is it just me, or does it feel like this movie isn't going anywhere? Where's the action? Where's the plot twist? Oh snap, secret room behind the safe! This must be where that guy kept that old painting. And there it is! Wow, it's so beautiful. Look at how everyone's face looks like it was flattened with a steamroller.
Touch my hooch and regret it.
Hey, I wasn't gonna touch anything without your consent. Alexis ends up getting trapped down in the secret room after setting off a hidden switch. Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't these type of things supposed to open doors, not close them? How is anyone supposed to get out if it locks from the outside? Poor design choice if you ask me. Meanwhile, Finn is completely oblivious that Alexis is trapped because he's already back playing video games. Then we meet his online gaming buddy from earlier, Captain Overkill, and he's just your typical greasy neckbeard. Once again, accurate portrayal of gaming. In all honesty, this Captain Overkill dude is a really wholesome and friendly guy. Easily the most likable character in the whole movie. After a few hours of hardcore gaming, Finn finally realizes that Alexis is trapped. Come on, Finn, use those muscles. Well, can't say I'm surprised. Finn goes to the local hardware store to get supplies for opening a safe. You know, instead of calling his parents or a locksmith. Oh, and he forgets that he only had 30 cents in his pocket, so all he can buy is some string. Hey, but at least he runs into the thieves and learns about their master plan. Alright, Finn, perfect time to pick up that phone and give your parents or the police a call. He's not going to do that, is he? Well, he goes to Captain Overkill, so that's a start. But of course, Finn is super vague and makes him think it's a video game. To be fair, Finn probably thinks he's in a video game too right now.
You can do that.
Yeah, I know you can, dude. You're like the smartest kid I know.
You're also the only kid I know.
You know what my dad always says?
What?
You gotta get out of the house once in a while, buddy. Enjoy the real world. It's the best game there is.
Wow, you have some nerve, Finn. Giving life lessons to a guy in his 20s while you get scared of the sound of your own farts. Oh goody, it's time for the traps. The setting up montage is actually pretty well done in the parts where it pans over the multiple Finns doing whatever it is they're doing. It's kind of like looking into a fish tank filled with goldfish.
The only thing to be afraid of in this house is me.
Well, it was nice knowing you, Finn. It looks like an ice serpent passed through here and spewed ice venom all over the front step. There's no way we can get past this, especially not by going around. Oh well, let's try the garage.
Stop screwing around.
You two need to stop getting injured. You should have known that was going to happen, but you just let it take out your ankles anyway. Pathetic.
Circle the perimeter of the house, see if there's a window open. And you, miss.
Wait, why are you splitting up? The garage is open now. You can just get in that way.
What are you looking at?
It's not funny. Poor guy had no time to react. 10 seconds just isn't ample time to take 2 steps to the left or right. Notice how she's crying about getting stuff in her hair, rather than being physically stuck in a window. There's really no point to rigging that whole trap. It doesn't stop her from going anywhere, she's already stuck. I know this is nitpicky, but it's just such a lazy trap. Why not replace that black mystery goo with some boiling hot fondue, or maybe some gasoline, and then have Finn toss a match at her face? Is that too much? Alright, Sinclair, you found your own unique way in. Great job! There's quite a few inappropriate jokes one could make here, but I'm not one to go for the low-hanging fruit. However, I will make a GIF of this scene, or GIF if that's what you call it, and link it in the description so you can caption your own joke. That'll be fun, right? Sinclair, the door's open. Why are you going back out? It's open. Sinclair, you're going the wrong. Finn decides he needs a quick gaming break while the thieves are all basically inside his house. But can you blame him though? It's been a solid 30 minutes since he last played. That's when Captain Overkill realizes that Finn is actually in real danger, and he decides to contact someone. Yeah, like Finn should have done himself. But stupid Finn won't give out his parents' phone number or his address cause...
Oh, stranger danger.
Finn, you're just really dumb. You're just like so dumb. I can't even describe it.
You need to call the police. Call mom and dad. Call in.
Yes, Finn, she's the smart one. Do what she says.
Your phone's dead. You really should get better about charging it.
You know this scene was only included because the script writers realized, hey, Finn had a cell phone in his pocket the whole time. We need an excuse for why he can't use it. So while all this was going on, Mommy and Daddy Baxter were living it up at the Christmas party, enjoying copious amounts of eggnog. But a snowstorm catches everyone off guard because apparently no one watches the local on the 8s, and now snow has blocked all the roads down the mountain. But lucky for them, the road should be cleared up in 3 or 4 days.
Home. I have to get home now. I have 2 amazing kids and they're home alone and I can't reach them and I have to go home to them now. So I don't care if it's a snowmobile or a helicopter or fire up the snowplow. I'll drive it myself. This is no longer a party emergency. It's a mommy emergency.
Mr. Boss, sir, I'm gonna need you to make all that snow disappear this instant because I want to see my kids right now. Hey guys, I don't really think you're pulling very hard. Hey, I see you, Finn. You like 'em thick and slick, don't ya? Wait, what? I thought the roads were blocked. I mean, I could see them having to use snowmobiles or a dog sled to get down the mountain. It would be cheesy, but it would make sense. Home Alone 1 had a similar thing with the mom trying to get home. But they are seriously driving in their own car down the mountain. Did someone clear 30 miles of snow in 15 minutes? It's pretty impressive. All of a sudden, Mommy Baxter gets a call from Captain Overkill, whose real name is Simon. Somehow he hacked Finn's account and got his mom's phone number, and he tries to tell her the situation her son got himself into. But of course, this all backfires tremendously due to Simon's inability to communicate effectively, because he's an awkward gamer nerd, and Mommy Baxter being an overreacting turd, because she's an overreacting turd.
I will ruin you!
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Meanwhile, Sinclair decides to climb into a second-story window, even though the other 2 managed to get through the bottom window just fine. At this point, I'm not even going to question his tactics. And what's more surprising is that somehow Finn was able to predict all of his stupid decisions, and Sinclair is falling into these traps one after the other, even though 80% of them could have been entirely avoided. Then Sinclair gets scared by some flashing lights and flying pillows. You know, real nightmare fuel. But then Finn finally gets caught and he's thrown into the back of their white van, which is actually quite concerning. But have no fear, Fabulous Snowboy is here, and he throws snowballs. That's it, and it actually works. And then he has to find the keys to let Finn out, because Finn is too dumb to unlock the door from the inside. Thanks, Snow Bro, you the real MVP. Sinclair and Hughes then get locked inside the secret room just as the police finally show up. Everyone gets arrested, yada yada yada, the movie's almost over, yippee. The Baxters end up getting $30,000 for catching the bad guys, and they use some of that money to buy Simon a plane ticket so he can visit his own family for Christmas, which is pretty nice. But not as nice as Robo Infantry 3 Expansion Pack and Snowboard Yo. Then Finn gets into a fight with Snow Kid and his parents film it and put it on World Star. And that's it. Movie's over. In conclusion, is this a good movie? No, it's not. But it is better than the mess that was Home Alone 4. But I don't know how I feel about that. Home Alone 4 was so bad it was kind of funny, but this movie is just competent enough to where it's just boring. And it has surprisingly little to do with Christmas too. It really doesn't feel like a Christmas movie. Take away the tree and the lights and nothing changes. I think the biggest sin this movie has going for it is putting the Home Alone name on it. It's trying to live up to something it can't possibly be, and it shouldn't have even tried. But what do I know? I'm just some dumb person making YouTube videos. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Have yourselves a merry little Christmas and a happy little holidays.